end zone for a touchback. In motion goes the tight end. First play, Bridgewater looking to throw. That'll be complete to Alan Lazard. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Alan Lazard. His second touchdown on the season. And the Jets are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. This defense for the Jets, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
On 1st down, right back to Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple. That's it.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Wilson. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Wilson. Touchdown! Garrett Wilson, 31 yards. And the Jets lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball. Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're saying.
Interestingly, that throw is probably worse than the one he threw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Hall again on 2nd down. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
They'll run with Hall. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
On second down, a run with Carter. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Michael Carter, his second rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And I think the ball's out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Hall ought to give up the middle. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Hall again. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The tackle by Nakobe Dean. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on 1st down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here. In this situation, they stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Able to find Lazard. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. Straight ahead is Hall. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Hall again. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall taking it in from a yard out. And the Jets continue to pull away here in this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. From the gun, here's Swift. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. They'll try and run here with Swift. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on 4th down, but they ran it, they got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
67 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Ball again on 2nd down. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll run with Hall. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Completes it to Hardman. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. A handoff for Hall. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They'll go again with Hall. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Here's Wilson. Being chased out left. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Zach Wilson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Jets have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it is 42-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Jermaine Johnson credited with that sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. They get this to Smith on the jet sweep. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, well, we look at the defense. They came in prepared, had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, it's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this 3rd quarter. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
They'll run the draw here with Swift. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards from up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
A good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
From the 44, Hurts. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Well, he made that catch knowing full well that at the end of it, he's going to catch a pretty good lick.
I guess if there's anyone on this team that can absorb a pop, it's him. This is Swift on the counter. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And my goodness, another interception. picked up by D.J. Reed. And the Jets will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Ball again on 2nd down. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Wilson rolling to his right. 20! And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for him, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. Is able to set up his offense pretty with a 1st and goal.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. To throw is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Hey, one set.
Here's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wilson. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets just continue to roll. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. At the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 78 yards. And the Eagles are able to claw one back. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And he pushed it right. It's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. And he'll have a Jets first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Ready, set, 54. Mike 54. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day.
Here's Hall again. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Pick your game up.
Out of the gun and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. And at this point, after that return for a touchdown, I guess the only thing is you're asking what else could go wrong.
Not only that, I think that between the two of us, we thought this was over before. I believe now it's really over.
And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
You just kind of feel for the defense right now, this deficit. They have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. They're like, oh, my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
Now Wilson.
They'll set up the screen to Carter.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll have a Jets first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter.
And some space here. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. A give up the middle to Carter.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
From the 35 on second down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. On first down, Wilson. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Mike 17. You can't block me. You can't block me. Mike 17. Mike 17.
Another try after the first down sack. Wilson.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Third and long, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The decision is to decline it and not give them the down back.
They might as well have sent a skywriter above the stadium saying, we don't think you can get the first down against our defense by that decision.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Out of the gun now on third down. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic...
And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a costly turnover there as the ball will be spotted first and goal at the 5-yard line. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. Here's Swift. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
At CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about here. But it may be cliche, but give them credit for this. They've continued to fight and scratch and claw, and they get the touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And I'm okay with that cliche, all right? Maybe it'll alleviate the sting a little bit because at least they can look in the mirror and realize they fought all the way through. Horrible game for them, not one they'll want to remember, but at least they'll keep their heads up and have some pride when they leave the stadium.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. He's got the hook up to Lazard. Able to slither by. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage after the catch as that play.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Shotgun snap and a give to Carter.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Another run on 2nd down with Carter.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Got a man, that's Lazard.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Jets, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.